As many of you know, Watco, a large freight transportation company, bought out the Great Lakes Central Railroad. The Great Lakes Central is owned and operated as a short line that runs through Michigan's Lower Peninsula. Their trackage is from Ann Arbor, Michigan, all the way to Petoskey, Michigan. The company is based out of Watco, and the company owned nearly 420 miles of track. All seemed well for the business in the 2020s. Locomotives were getting repainted, they've updated their corporate logo, and even getting new business in places like Padnos and Howell, Michigan. Things were going well for the company. That wasn't until an unfortunate letter was written from the company of GLC. In early February of 2025, the company GLC announced that Watco had taken full ownership of the Great Lakes Central Railroad. Now, as many rail enthusiasts were already aware, Watco has almost always been part owner of GLC. Being part owner of the company wasn't much of a big deal, being that GLC was still an independent railroad for a long time. Now, over time, seeing the Great Lakes Central running strong, it's surprising to many that GLC was bought out, and many people are left with unanswered questions for the railroad's future. There are many controversial theories about what this so-called buyout could lead to. Some rail fans suggest that this could lead to a major railroad merger, but what does that mean? Rail fans explain it as the GLC being an even larger railroad. Back in the 70s, when the Ann Arbor Railroad was around, the Ann Arbor ran between Alberta and Frankfort, Michigan, with people suggest that since Watco owns the modern-day Ann Arbor Railroad that runs from Toledo to Ann Arbor, and will also now own the Great Lakes Central, that the two railroads would merge and create a railroad that ran all the way from Toledo to Petoskey. These are just rail fans' theories, and this is not at all confirmed by any means, just possibilities. Now, is this the only controversial possibility for the railroad? No, there are many more theories, and this theory is just about as opinionated as it gets. Now, this idea has apparently been in the works for a while now, and some of you might know where I'm going with this one. The theory is that a passenger rail service could run from Ann Arbor to Petoskey. Now, as many people, including myself, don't think it will ever happen, the idea is definitely out there. Similar to the possibility of the GLC merging with the Ann Arbor Railroad, some think that since the modern-day Ann Arbor Railroad and Great Lakes Central Railroad would both be owned by Watco, being that all track is owned by the same company, it would now be a lot easier to get this okayed. Still, with all of this put into mind, there would simply just not be enough sidings and too many one-way mains throughout the way between Ann Arbor and Petoskey. Since freight always gets top priority before passenger service, it would be a very hard task to deal with before any more money and time is put into thought. Now, there is still much more preparation before this buyout from Watco will even be noticeable, but only time will tell how the changes will impact the railroad. And with that, it will be the end of today's video. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe button below. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so it will help out the channel. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you all did, let me know in the comments if there should be a part 2. There's definitely a lot more to talk about with this subject.